Hello my dear students, welcome back to our English lesson. How are you? I hope you are great and ready for our lesson. Let's go! So, look at this picture and answer the question. Do you know this animal? Yes, you are absolutely right. This is a bird called crane. Today we are going to learn interesting information about cranes. Also, today we will learn how to make a paper crane. But first, let's watch a short video about cranes. The crane is a tall, graceful, wading bird. In Asian countries, it is a symbol of long life and happiness. Most cranes are migratory, which means they travel from one place to another, depending on the season. Cranes live on every continent except Antarctica and South America. Cranes eat a wide variety of food, such as small animals, fish, insects, frogs, salamanders, lizards, mice, grasshoppers, grass shoots, and even grains. They perform courtship dances by hopping and flapping their wings while making their calls. We are going to read one text about cranes, but before, let's learn some new words from this text. Your task is to listen very carefully and write them in your notebook. So the first one is species. Species. refers to a group of similar organisms that are able to reproduce. Vocal. Vocal. Sound that passes out of the mouth and throat of vertebrates, and especially human beings. Longevity. Living for a long time. Types of berries. A true berry is a single fruit that grows from one flower. Holy. Relating to a religion or God. Social. Social. Living in a groups or communities instead of alone. Characteristic. Characteristic. A feature that helps to identify, tell apart, to describe, or describe recognizably, a distinguishing mark or trait. And the last one, eternal, continue forever or seeming to continue forever. Longevity. Berries. Holy. Social. Characteristic. And eternal. Now, listen very carefully. Cranes are tall birds with a long neck and legs. They are usually brown, white, or gray in their color. There are over 15 kinds of species of cranes. Cranes are found on all continents except in South America and Antarctica. They can make sounds that are heard from far away. They are very vocal. They use several different types of calls. Cranes also communicate with their bodies. They live from 20 to 30 years. They eat small fish, insects, berries, leaves, and many kinds of plants. They are highly social birds that live in groups with other cranes. One unusual characteristic of all cranes is that they dance. Cranes may be the oldest bird on earth. Some species of cranes are thought as holy in Asia, especially Japan. An ancient Japanese legend promises that if anyone folds 1,000 paper cranes, their wish will come true. In Japan, the crane is said to live for 1,000 years, which is why one must fold 1,000 of them. They symbolize eternal youth, happiness, and longevity. Now I'm going to give you some time to read this text on your own. Have you finished? Let's move to the next task. And here, children, you have to match the words from the text that we have written in our notebooks with the given definitions. I'm also going to give you some time for this task. Let's go! Time is up. Have you finished? Let's check and compare your answers. And the first one will be holy. That means relating to a religion or God. The next one, berries, is a small round fruit on some plants and trees. And the next one, eternal, continuing forever or seeming to continue forever. And the next one, characteristic, a typical or obvious quality that makes one person or thing different from others. And the next one, longevity, living for a long time. Social, living naturally in groups rather than alone. And the next one, vocal, involving the voice, especially singing. And the last one, species, group of plants or animals that share similar characteristics. Good job! Let's move to the next task. Here, we have to match the words to the pictures. Time is up. Let's check your answers. So the first one is inflate. And this word matches with the picture number 3. And the second one, the word turn over, matches with picture number 2. And the third one, whole. This word matches with the picture number 4. And the last one, fold. This word matches with the picture number 1. Good job! Now, children, let's make our own origami. To make a paper crane, we need to follow Aygur's instructions to make a paper crane. So, as you can see, the first step, fold the paper in half and unfold so that the colored side is facing up again. Then fold the paper in half diagonally in the other direction. So the second step, unfold your paper so that the colored side is facing down. Good job! And third step, fold the paper in half. Unfold so that the colored side is facing down again. Then fold your paper in half in the other direction. Unfold. In the fourth step, bring the top right and left corners down to the bottom corner. And the fifth step, fold upper layer of right corner inward to the center so that it looks like the image below. Repeat this step with the left corner too. And the next step, fold top corner down until it meets the upper section of the fold made in step 5. and the 7th step, turn over your paper. Repeat the steps number 5 and 6 as you can see on this slide. After that, the 8th step, unfold your paper so that it looks similar as to what it did at the end of step number 4. And the next one, 9th step, open the top flat. In the next step, fold both sides inward. Eleventh step, turn over the paper and repeat step number 10. Carefully fold both sides inward, just like before. And the 12th step, fold the left and right bottom edge to the middle. In the next step, fold each leg up at an angle. Unfold only what you did in this step. In the next step, fold the legs inside reverse along the creases you just made. Repeat it with the left leg. In the last step, fold ahead and pull at the wings to open the crane. Under your crane, you will notice a little hole. You can use the hole to gently blow air and inflate your paper crane. When your paper crane is ready, you can decorate your house or classroom with your paper crane. You can use some ideas from the pictures. Now children, let's little talk about paper crane as a symbol of peace and hope. People think that origami comes from the Japanese culture. However, traditional paper folding existed not only in Japan, but also in China and Korea. The name origami is a Japanese term from the words oru, that means to fold, and kami, that means paper. Paper was first invented in China about 105 AD, and it was brought to Japan by monks in the 6th century. In ancient Japan, origami was allowed only in special religious ceremonies because paper was very expensive. In the Japanese culture, the crane represents good fortune and longevity. People believe that if you make 1,000 origami cranes, your wish will come true. It has become a symbol of hope and healing during difficult times. Now, children, Let's watch a video of how paper crane is made. I hope it was interesting for you guys. But now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.